Hello everyone, welcome to iExamB. So please subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon if you haven't yet. In this video, I'm going to discuss some previous year questions for your SEBI general examination. So we will be discussing the economics part of the previous year questions, the kind of questions that have been asked in the SEBI general examination, and this will give you an idea about how you should strategize your preparation. This is part 1 of the video where we are discussing the previous year questions. Stay tuned because more is to follow, and previous year questions and syllabus are the key to any examination. So if you have done them well, then you are good to go for the examination. So previous year questions are really important. Let's start the video. Let's look at what kind of questions have been asked. So the first question here is that it talks about what exactly is a Phillips curve. So Phillips curve, you have several options. So basically you have to find out what kind of relationship the Phillips curve depicts. So this is the general scenario that they are talking about, what kind of depiction it is. So we know that it tells us a relationship between inflation and unemployment, right? On one axis you have the inflation rate and the other axis you have the unemployment rate. So it is a negatively sloping graph. So this was given by A.W. Phillips, the concept. So the right answer here is answer C. It's a negative relationship between inflation and unemployment. So this particular concept was given by A.W. Phillips, and he said he took the data on money wages and unemployment, and that's how he worked on the Phillips curve concept. He found out that there was a negative kind of relationship between money wages and unemployment, and then he money wages, he tried to show this through inflation rate. So that's how we came to understand this graph as a negative relationship between inflation rate and the unemployment rate. Okay, it's a stable inverse relationship, and this was done by A.W. Phillips. Then now let's look at the second question for this particular video. So the second question talks about what is a supply of hotel room with breakfast called in GST. So if you have a hotel room and there is a breakfast option also available, then what kind of supply is it called? Again, a very easy question, a conceptual question. The options are integrated supply, composite supply, combined supply, dual supply, none of the above. So this kind of supply is called a composite supply, because composite supply means that it includes 2 or more goods. So here you have a supply of hotel room as well as breakfast is there. So something that is naturally bundled and supplied in together, that kind of good is called composite supply. So these are sold as some combination. So room plus with breakfast, that's the combination, that's how it's sold. Okay, let's look at the third question. So this particular question talks about what is the difference between M1 and M3 money. So we know that there are broadly 4 measures of money supply: M1, M2, M3 and M4, right? And then later on these aggregates were also revised by RBI, and new monetary aggregates were released, which were called NM1, NM2 and NM3, right? I've discussed these concepts in detail in another video. You can have a look at that also if you like on the channel. I will provide a link to that video. Okay, so you just have to find out among the options that what is the difference between M1 and M3. Now M3 and M4 are the broad measures of money supply, and whereas M1 and M2 are narrow measures of money supply. So among these categories, what is it that differentiates M1 from M3? So here the right answer is your answer B, time deposits with bank. So the 4 measures of money supply are given here. M1 includes currency, demand deposits plus other deposits with RBI. Okay, M2 includes M1, complete M1 plus saving deposits with post office savings banks, and M3 is M1 plus time deposits with the banks. So this is savings deposit and this is time deposits with the banks. Okay, and M4 is M3, complete M3 plus total deposits with post office savings organizations. So it includes, say, post office savings organizations as well as it includes the commercial banks deposits, both, right? So that's the difference. Next question is that which of the following gives the fiscal deficit? Now see, we know what is fiscal deficit. It is approximately the total borrowings, right? So now there are different ways that you can find out fiscal deficit. Among these options, what is the most appropriate one? That is what you have to find out. So see, fiscal deficit is total income of the government, and that is total taxes and non-debt capital receipts, and the total expenditure. So that's that difference is called the fiscal deficit, right? And you add in addition to this difference the total borrowings that the government needs, right? So total expenditure, right, and the difference with the total income, right? And then you add the borrowings also. So total expenditure of the government is what? Capital and revenue expenditure, right? So that's, you deduct that, right? So the right option here is answer B, revenue receipts plus recovered loan and other receipt minus total expenditure. So you deduct the total expenditure from these receipts, revenue receipts, recovery loans and other receipts. So total income of the government here, okay? Whatever the income the government is getting, from that income you deduct the total expenditure. That gives you your fiscal deficit. So in a way, this is another way of writing the total income. So that's why the options here are all a little tricky, and you do get such a kind of questions in the examination generally. The question is pretty straightforward, but the option is a little twisted. So don't worry, these things will come with practice. Now let's look at the next question. Which of the following will not affect current account deficit of a country? So current account deficit will be affected by current inflows and outflows, right? So it's very straightforward. Capital inflow is not going to affect anything in the current account of a country, right? Current account deficit tells you the difference between how much money that is received and how much money that is sent out of the country. Okay, so if there are capital transfers, they are part of capital account and not current account. So capital inflow will affect the capital account and not the current account deficit. Okay, I hope all these questions were clear to you. We have a very extensive SEBI General online course. If you wish, you can have a look at. If you have any queries also, you can call us on this number and we will resolve your queries, or you can email us also. I hope your preparation is going good for the SEBI General examination. Stay tuned for the next part. We'll be explaining other questions that have been asked in the examination also. Thank you.